Hello and welcome to The One Show with Matt Baker.
And Alex Jones on tonight's show.
We have John Sargent talking about the history of the combine harvester.
And Lucy Siegel is reporting on the changes in milk and wool production over the last 25 years. Hang on, that doesn't sound right. What's going on here?
I'll tell you what's going on here. I am in charge tonight, and there are going to be some big changes.
Well, can we at least have our theme tune?
All right, then. Run titles.
Oh, please welcome our boss for the night. It's John Craven.
Oh, John. Lovely to have you in charge.
That was a big dash from the gallery.
Up the stairs. Now, it's a big year for you, John, because you're celebrating 25 years, aren't you, on Countryfile?
I am indeed.
And
hard to believe.
Very hard to believe. But to celebrate, they've asked you to edit one of the episodes. So you're having a dry run with us on The One Show tonight.
I am, yes. I'm just pretending to be your editor for tonight.
But to be, following in the footsteps of Prince Charles.
Yeah, he was our first guest editor.
Yeah.
And he selected exactly what he wanted to be on Countryfile, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then about a few days later, I was at a reception for David Bellamy for his 80th birthday, and Prince Philip was there. And he came up to me and he said, my son was on your programme.
Oh.
In quite a proud way.
And I guess you're kind of hoping for the same kind of service that we gave him with you, John, when you do that.
Yes, I'm not sure.
Yeah. All right.
But it gives me the chance to, to look back at some of the things over the last 25 years that I'd like to kind of bring up to date. Really?
Well, we'll talk more about that as the programme goes.
Yes,
Are you happy for us to move on to the first film?
Yes.
Yeah, as the boss.
You're looking pretty good.
Good.
Oh, good.
All right, then.
Yeah. Sit up.
Sure.
See, I already don't walk up across 3 drains. Now I'll have to add manholes to the list as well.
There we are. It's a nightmare getting anywhere with this girl.
Makes me glad I work in the countryside.
Yeah,
I know.
Exactly. So we mentioned earlier you're editing an episode of Countryfile to celebrate 25 years on the programme.
That's
so
right.
you're effectively Matt's boss.
Just for 1 week.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
So what have you got up your sleeve then,
Well,
John,
it's going to
for the
be
episode?
a week on Sunday, the programme, and I'm still working out really what the content is going to be, but what I'd like to do is look back a bit at some of the big issues that we've done over the years and some of the fun things we've had. I've got a nice little story for you, haven't I, mate?
Your John one. Honestly, you wouldn't believe it. John
What is it?
set me up with a beautiful little number. Well, I'm not going to give too much away, but I'm going to the very spot where a certain British car got its name from. And I do a bit of racing up the hill.
And it's a pretty special car, isn't it?
It is.
You've been too soft on him, John.
1923.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not going to, like I say, I'm not going to give too much. We've got to watch it's a brilliant programme, by the way, John.
And
Hats off to you.
One of the things as well, I've asked Tom Heap, who does our investigations, to look into what's happened to the organic movement in the last 25 years, because the very first film I did on Countryfile was about, does organic farming have a future? And so I'm getting Tom to investigate
And
that.
is that one of the biggest kind of changes that
That's
you've
one of the
seen over
changes,
your
certainly,
25 years?
yes.
Because it's huge now, isn't it? Farmers' market and organic produce is the big thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to imagine, but only about 15 years ago, there were no farmers' markets in this country. No. And when there were 3 or 4 of them, I went to America to film for Countryfile in California, where they were big. And we just missed George Clooney buying his fruit and veg at a farmer's market in Hollywood.
Where? Right.
And so we made that little film, and we like to think then that we're partly responsible for the growth in farmers' markets.
Yeah.
People, after seeing that film, said, why don't we have one in our little area? And now there are, I think, 700 farmers' markets around the country.
And obviously it's been a real change moving Countryfile to that evening slot as well, hasn't
Oh, that's a huge difference, yes. I mean, the programme on Sunday mornings was very popular, about 2 million viewers, but now it's the most popular of all factual programmes on television.
That's Matt Baker.
Yeah. And it's got Matt Baker.
Listen, obviously, because I knew you'd come on the programme, I wanted to look back through the Countryfile archives and find some, really wonderful clips to just show how much of a lovely bloke John is. So you can imagine my surprise when I found this.
Well, it's 50 years since I last rode a BSA Bantam, but they do say you never forget how to ride a bike. Let's hope they're right.
Oh, when I found out which producer came up with this idea, they're fired, I tell you. If I wanted to be in the hairy bikers, I'd have done cooking lessons at school. Where was Matt Baker? Yes, sat on the cosy one-show sofa with the lovely Alex, I suppose. Rock and roll. Oh, this calendar again. Nothing but hedgehogs and chaffinches. I think what it needs are 1 or 2 shots of me. Yeah, Harry Styles has got one. Why not Craven? get in. I'm doing one more take of this and then I'm off. Honestly, taxi's waiting. Hate the blooming countryside anyway, makes me sneeze. Right, I'm off. Smile and invoice. Laters.
Of course, we have to say a very big thank you to John Coleshaw.
Yeah, he was brilliant, wasn't he?
He does me very well, doesn't he?
He does. There he is, looking the sound booth earlier.
He's doing it.
In the hairy bike that I've done cooking lessons.
And sometimes, John, when people see a montage, they think, is he retiring? But we can clarify, you're not retiring.
No.
It's just 25
no plans
years.
for that, no.
There may be another 35 years.
Just time to do another year or so.
Good, that's good.
So, yeah.
No, people always say to me, how long do you want to be on? And I say, as long as John. And the question is, how long's John going to stay on? Nobody knows the answer to that question.
Well, no, the people are very nice now at the cruise, They said, do you think you can climb that hill or not? Of course I can climb that hill.
Of course you can, John. You can keep going. There you go. And anyway, you can see, of course, Countryfile this Sunday at 6 p.m. on BBC One, and John's 25th anniversary programme will be on our screens.
No, it's a week on Sunday.
The 20th of July. Yeah.
Week on Sunday. There you are, Countryfile plug.
Yeah, just get you right, Mr. Baker.
No, I'm just saying that obviously Countryfile's on this week.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Your programme
I misunderstood you.
No, that's fine.
Get your words clear.
Between two Countryfile boys here. Anyway, the summer holidays are within touching distance. John, your fondest childhood holiday?
Well, I was about 20 before I went abroad on holiday. Because, in my generation, you didn't go abroad.
Yeah.
And I was born in Leeds, so we used to go to the Yorkshire coast, to Bridlington.
Wow. My mum's a nanny for that exact reason.
Yeah, it's a good one, isn't it?
Yeah. And Christine did well with that column.
Yes, she did. We are joined now on the sofa by Waffle, a 5-year-old Lakeland Terrier who's absolutely gorgeous. She's been making headlines due to her ability to collect balls whilst out on walks with her owner, Sarah. Sarah, nice of you to join us with Waffle as well.
And to be fair, quite a few balls. I mean, we've got a remarkable picture here, Sarah. I mean, so when did this all start?
This started right from the age of about 3 months. She first found a leather ball at the top of the garden, hidden away, and that was a special treasure. And from that moment on, her mission in life is just to rescue lots of lost and lonely balls wherever they are.
Where do you keep all these balls?
We've actually got hundreds of them, literally hundreds in the garage.
Oh.
Well, do you know, a remarkable coincidence.
Look at that picture.
This morning, when we were prepping for John, we wrote down all our questions and then we put them in balls around the BBC and we lost them. So thankfully, Waffle was coming on tonight's programme and she's found some questions for us.
Yes, OK. So the first one was, I think she went up to the office, didn't she?
No, your dressing room.
She's in my dressing room, Waffle, you're in my dressing room. I would have cleaned had I have known. Right, here's the first one then. Jen?
There we are, Waffle. You can have the ball back. There you go, my dear.
Now then, John. Waffle can't resist nicking balls.
Right.
What's your guilty secret?
Guilty secret? Oh, I don't know. I like pies, actually.
Oh, what sort of pies?
Any kind of pie. Preferably, I like meat pies, I like fruit pies, and I know they're not very good for you. Mark would have a fit about it if I said that I ate pies a lot. And so would my wife, actually. I'm a secret pie eater.
But you do have a chance to
Well, I'm
walk
not
it
so
off.
secret now, am I?
No.
It's out there now, John. Right, now, just have a little look at this footage here, John, because you've sat in a few vehicles in your time. Now, this is a lorry driver's view, just looking in his left-hand wing mirrors there. Everything looks normal, as you would think, but get out the cab, walk around, and this is actually the situation on the road inside. Look at that for a blind spot.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, isn't it? So, Marty Jobson has been to Bristol.
This when Marty got that tennis ball out in that film. Anyway, that's all we've got time for tonight. John, thank you so much. You can see Countryfile every Sunday on BBC One with John's special, the 25th anniversary special, the 20th of July at 7:20.
Yes, thanks as well to Waffle and Sarah. Dan and I will be here tomorrow, joined by Nicole Scherzinger. We'll see you then. Bye.
Bye-bye.